This week we're going to highlight planting progress here in the U.S. as well as short-term weather trends. Then we're going to turn our attention to Brazil, where corn is pollinating and filling grain as we speak. We're going to come back and look at an ongoing strong export program for U.S. corn and wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved to the end of April here, and of course it's time to plant corn. Let's take a look at nationwide progress as of the last week in April. Looking here at an average pace in nationwide, 24% planted. Last year was actually 25%, and the 5-year average is 22%. Now we've highlighted here in the yellow circle some of the states that are well above the 5-year average. And those states, as you can see, primarily west of Mississippi, looking at states such as South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri is notably above the 5-year average, as well as Minnesota. Let's now look at the nationwide planting progress history. Now we're looking here at the last several years of progress. You can see here that we're again at 24% nationwide. We've highlighted now over the next 2 weeks, on average, approximately 34% of the U.S. corn crop is planted between April 27th and May 11th. So if we're looking at an average pace of the next 2 weeks, weather permitting, we're looking at nationwide progress approaching 60%. Of course, that planting pace will be directly tied to the weather trends. Let's take a look at the short-term forecast. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm weather. We're starting out here looking at a wet pattern developing here through Thursday of this week, primarily south, and as you move east across the eastern corn belt there, the heaviest areas in the pink there, 1.5 inches to up to 3.5 inches of rain. Lighter totals as we move north here. Notice in the far west, though, we don't have much moisture. Now let's look ahead to next week, May 5th through the 6th, early next week. All that green area there, 1 to 2 inches of rain. But notice that high pressure ridge here in the eastern corn belt is forecast to prevent that rain from moving east. So we're going to highlight the implications of that in a moment. Let's now take a look at the backdrop of U.S. corn production and those weather trends. Within that purple circle, we're looking at a planting window opening over the next 5 to 7 days. Now that's primarily western Iowa, parts of Nebraska, those areas. And as we move into next week, if you will, that blue line, to the east of that blue line, the planting window opens because that high pressure ridge that we just noted hopefully keeps that rain away and allows planting to continue. Let's quantify rainfall totals now over the next 2 weeks. Now we're looking at some heavy rainfall totals as you look at that Kansas area down into parts of Colorado, Oklahoma, more so normal across the Midwest, and even a bit below normal in parts of Ohio and Indiana. Let's now shift gears to Brazil. Let's take a look at where that second crop corn is produced in Brazil. Again, second crop corn makes about 75 to 80% of Brazil's total corn production. Mato Grosso is the largest producing state. Other states, Mato Grosso do Sul, Goiás, and Paraná. We're looking at progress now in Brazil. Notice that corn filling this year is about 30% done, but last year at this time was about 45% done as the crop was planted faster a year ago. Let's take a look at the total rainfall of the next 2 weeks. You can see that it's a little bit drier there in the south, but it's worth noting that the south received ample rainfall recently. Let's shift gears now and look at the export trends in the U.S. Continue to see good export sales of U.S. corn here. As you move forward, we've removed China from the equation. We're looking at the second highest unshipped sales total of the last 20 years. Key message, total sales of 2.273 billion bushels represent 89% of the annual USDA forecast. Recent years with that approximate level of sales have seen the final export total come in 75 to 100 million bushels higher than the April USDA forecast. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. December corn, as you tape here on Tuesday, has slipped below 450. It's trading near 445 a bushel. Very critical as we move forward into this late spring, early summer time period to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with our risk management consultant. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.